So today on Morning Rockout, I am joined by Bev, one of the co-founders of Firevolt Festival. How are you doing, Bev? Are you okay this evening?
I'm good, thank you. Yes, how are you?
I am fine. All the better for seeing you. Thanks for doing this. Because fingers crossed, I'm coming to Firevolt this year. Never been, but it's one of those festivals that's kind of crept up on my radar. I've like known about it and thought, yeah, that looks good and that, but never made it. And I was only looking back this last week of previous acts that you've had, and there's a few years that I really wished I'd gone. So definitely coming this year. So I've done a little bit of research. I know a little bit about Firevolt Festival, but not too much. And those people that don't know about Firevolt, just quickly tell us all about how you founded it with your partner Stret, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, my husband, yeah. So we started in 2022. Our friends own White Bottom Farm, the Hancock family, and we've been up to another festival. And Carl, the farmer, just said, "You guys should do a rock festival." So we were like, "Okay then," and then didn't think much more about it. And then suddenly it was like, "Are we doing it?" So we had to make the decision and thought, "Let's just go for it." Um, I think we'd have regretted it if we'd not, because we've been rockers, growing up and everything. So yeah, we decided to do it, but then unfortunately, Stret got ill with COVID
All
in
right.
in December 21, and he was quite ill for a while. And then, sort of like end of February, March, we thought we really need to get on with this. And then we launched it in March. And I don't know if you've heard the story, but people were saying it was a fake festival because they were saying the
Oh,
line for a first festival couldn't be that good. We had like the Crows, Wayward Sons. It was just it was a great lineup. It was brilliant, but people said it was fake for that reason, and then of course it wasn't.
all
So
right. So, did you get many people at that one? Did a lot of people stay away because they thought it was just a scam or something?
yeah, we had quite a lot of people there, and there was a few that stayed away, a few that apologised afterwards when they realised. But I think our rock crowd was so savvy; they were messaging the bands, and the bands were saying, "Yeah, it's real, it's real." So yeah, we did okay. We did okay for the first year.
Oh, brilliant. That is good news then. Yeah, like I said, I'd looked at some over when you started, and that would have been a good year. I would have liked that year. I don't think I knew about it, to be fair, at the very first one. It's only like subsequent ones that I've seen that have come into mind. So with that in mind, how has it developed from that first year?
Well, I think one of the main differences is the stages now, because it is quite a unique festival site. It reminds me of a film set, and actually, it has been. It's been used in a recent Netflix series, Runaway. So if you've
All
been
right, yeah,
able to check it out on there.
yeah.
And it is a working farm. So what was the cow shed is now the barn. So that's our Trooper stage, because we're sponsored by Trooper. So that is now our second stage. So that used to be the main stage, and we had a big top. But last year we launched the Bloodsucker stage, so we've bought a big outdoor stage. So that's the main stage now. So the Bloodsucker is the main stage, and the Trooper stage is the second stage.
Ah, lovely. And how's the audience grown? You got capacity keeps increasing, does it? What is your capacity there?
I think the farm, it's about just under 5,000 there, like I said, because it's quite a unique site. So, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely grown.
that's all right, yeah. What was that Netflix series you said that was filmed on?
It's called Runaway with James.
Runaway.
Yeah,
I'll have
yeah,
to I'll have to check that out. Everybody else will have to check that
yeah.
out if you've never been, see what it's like there. So over the years, because I believe this is the your fifth year this year, so we'll talk about that in a minute. What's been your biggest headache over that last 5 years?
Headache. Oh,
The biggest challenge, let's put it that way. What's been your biggest challenge over the years?
I think probably showing people kind of the uniqueness of the site, and getting that point across, because It is so beautiful, but to get in, you're literally coming through the countryside through Etherow Country Park. It's like a single track. It's proper road, hard standing road, but you park off site and then kind of come in on a free regular shuttle bus that we put on. And it's literally like a minute or two up the road. So
Hmm.
actually, in relation to bigger festivals, it's not that far away from where you would park anyway. But I
No,
think because we have to obviously be honest about it being off site, sometimes people think, oh, it's off site, and they build this picture of it, it's miles away, but it's literally just up the beautiful country lane through all the
right.
countryside, and then you hit the weir. So there's a stunning waterfall at our entrance, so
Well, sorry about that, Bev. Got caught off there. My end, I think we're all sorted now, but sorry about that. So you was talking about getting to the festival. You were saying how some people in the past have been concerned about they park off site and then they've got to get to the festival on a shuttle bus, and I think that that means it's like 5 miles away. But you were saying quite close, yeah?
yeah, just a couple of minutes up the road, about a mile. And it's so scenic, it's beautiful. So you park at the off-site car park, there's staff down there, plenty parking, as long as you book in advance, just to make sure. You can pay on the day, but obviously it's subject to availability. And then
Right.
we have a free regular shuttle bus that we subsidise to take people through the park then. And all the camping gear and everything goes in the support van, and that goes up there.
Because
So
Yeah, sorry, carry on.
yeah, so that just drops you at the festival gate, so you'll know you're there when you see the beautiful way and the waterfall as you arrive there.
Mm. Yeah, I've seen pictures. I've checked out other interviews and things on your YouTube channel. If you've not seen that, folks, check out Firevolt's YouTube channel. Lots of good stuff on there. So I've seen, got a feel. I'm really looking forward to it because I get a feeling the video doesn't do it justice. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's one thing. You covered one thing that I was going to ask about parking. That is for campers as well, then. So that's like everybody parks up, shuttle bus, couple of minutes through a lovely country park anyway, and bish bash bosh, you're there, yeah?
There you are at the gate. We do have some parking on site for obviously access customers and things like that. But yeah,
Yeah. All right, yeah. So accessibility, don't have to do that. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Lovely. Oh, that's great. That's great. Like I said, really looking forward to that. Because yeah, I'd heard when it says on your website about access being a little bit tricky. Something about those damn crows found out. What happened there?
Yes, as the story goes. So no tour buses are allowed up on the site because as you just before you get to the weir, there's a bend in the road, and the crows had come overnight on the tour bus, and they tried to get round the bend in the tour bus, even though we told them not to come in it, and it got stuck. So we had to go and get some of our fantastic fire vaulters and the muscle to go and help them kind of just keep moving it like inch by inch till we finally got them up onto the site.
Oh, cracky. I bet that was a headache, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Since you've been doing this job, you and your husband, what's the thing you really underestimated about running a festival like Firevolt?
I think because each year you think, right, we've done that, but then every year is different because it grows and it comes with, like I said, we've got, the new stage, the bloodsucker stage. That's very different than putting up a big top. So there's things like that, I think. And I think the amount of time actually people say to us sort of round about April, May, oh, I bet you're starting to work on the festival. And you're like, it never stops. It's all year round. It's all the time. It's constant every day. As soon as we wake up, it's the first thing we check. Before we go to sleep, it's the last thing we check everything, the socials, answer the emails and things like that. So yeah, but it keeps us busy.
Yeah, I bet it does. I mean, I've spoken to other people who run festivals, and it's it, isn't it? As soon as the festival finishes last year, you're there for next year. In fact, you're probably looking at, especially bands, two or
Yeah,
3 years in advance, which
yeah,
will come to.
yeah.
Um, so 5 volt. 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, am I right?
Yeah,
With a Thursday get there and
yeah.
something special on a Thursday, isn't there? Tell me all about how the days run.
It's become quite legendary, the Thursday night party. So we thought it's nice to get everybody there settled, pre-festival party. So we have a bit of a get together. We change it up a little bit. Last year we had a rock quiz. We do some daft games, things like that. We had a covers band on, so that party band. Last year we had We Three Kings, and we did an audience with. So we did that a little bit different. So it was a bit of kind of like an interview, but fun. And then they'd play a few songs, and then Cashier compare would ask them a few more, and it was just a bit of a laugh in between and getting to know the lads really. So this year it's Gorilla Riot that's
Oh
doing that.
right, yeah.
Be a lot of fun, definitely. And actually we've brought another band back that we had last year. So Buried in Bermuda are going to come back and do a little slot at the beginning of the evening on the Thursday as well.
All right, yeah.
So yeah.
So you got a little Thursday pre-party with those two bands. So let's call it a 3.5 day festival. Which is your most stressful day of those days?
Thursday.
Thursday, is it? To get everybody in and get everybody
Yeah,
sorted.
yeah. Just you want everybody to get in, get settled. So once that's done, and we think about the weather and things like that. So once all that's done and settled, then we're right into it then. So the Thursday party kind of really helps us to settle as well.
And how much do you sleep? Do you get over a weekend? None.
Last year, I think from Thursday, I think we clocked 6.5 hours between the whole thing.
But
From the
between the whole thing, oh
from Thursday
crikey.
morning, Monday morning, we had 6.5 hours. That was it.
Oh crikey.
Yeah.
Um, talked about challenges. What's been your biggest high over the last 4 coming up to 5 years?
I think last year with the stage and watching people come in and see the Bloodsucker stage, and it's also everything's so close by. It's very self-contained. It's like a big bowl, like a big circle, and so seeing people come in and were like wowed by that, that was really amazing. I think that was a really really proud moment for us as festival owners. But I think personal for me last year was I love all the bands, of course I do, but I love South of Salem, and
Right.
they've really come up through the ranks, and they headlined for us on Friday last year. And suddenly my family were around me, and my daughter said, Ben, come here, mum, let me hold your hand. And my son got me up on his shoulders, which I've always do. So I
Brilliant.
was on my son's shoulders. So that was fun.
Brilliant. So is it a bit of a family affair, Firevolt, then? Do you get your children involved?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, yeah, they all come and help and what have you. So yeah, they're amazing. They just get stuck in like building, de-rigging, and the actual running and everything as well. Yeah, they're fantastic. So yeah, Josh and Scarlett, amazing, and Courtney, my daughter-in-law.
Lovely. Shout out to those three then.
Those guys, yeah, absolutely.
And plus those, you mentioned Firevolters, so I imagine like a lot of the festivals, independent festivals, volunteers do lots of things. Is that right?
Oh, we have the most amazing volunteers. What a wonderful bunch of human beings they are. Most of them have been with us since year one. And it's just grown and grown and grown. So the volunteer family is just, oh, they're amazing. They all have their own areas now. They have their own teams. It's just wonderful. Yeah, we just couldn't do it without them. But they're so passionate and caring and kind, and they just want to do their absolute best. So yeah, it's heartwarming.
Hmm. And 5 volts beginning of August. We now haven't mentioned that. Mention the dates of when 5 volt is this year.
Yeah, so it's the 6th to the 9th of August this year. That's from the Thursday to the Sunday.
Yeah, and we're currently just mid-May, so May, June, July, 2.5 months away. Are you still in need of volunteers?
Volunteers are always great. So yeah, I think again as the festival grows, you need more volunteers as well. So yeah, if anybody's interested, hit us up, give us a shout, and we'll sort it out.
Yeah, and is the if they want to do that, is contact details on the website?
Yeah, they can contact us on info@firevoltfestival.co.uk. We do put a link out on the posts on the social media, so there will be some more coming out over the next few weeks as well. And there's a link there for them to fill in the application form.
Ah, brilliant. So, as always with my videos out there, folks, there's a link to that in the description, and I will coming up to August, I will update that. So if anything changes, still look at the link in the description, and for anything we talk about and anything to do with Firevolt.
Brilliant.
So I mentioned a little bit ago about organisation and that and booking bands. How far in advance do you book your bands? I'm assuming you're talking to bands about next year. What about 2028 as well? How far do you sort
Uh,
these things out?
yeah, we've got quite a few bands in place for next year, and then we have like our sort of wish list for the next 2 years after that as well. So we've got an idea, and I think like so Stret mostly books the bands. We kind of talk about it together and kind of work out. We check out, new bands, that are on the scene. We'll have a listen, maybe go and watch them, and then we kind of see where it'll position because we've also got the Christmas party as well that we do. So
All right, yeah,
a little bit more going on in there as well. So yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And when I know you're going to say Christmas, but when is the Christmas party? When whenabouts do you do that? Because I didn't know about that.
It's going to be the 5th of December this year, which is slightly later. We normally do it at the end of November, but we've upgraded the venue, so yeah, that'll be coming out soon. So yeah, more details to follow on that soon.
Lovely. Again, description, folks. So when looking at bands that to book for Firevolt, what are you looking for? Up and coming bands starting out, as well as fairly mid-range names. Would I guess that right?
Yeah, we do. We usually do a battle of the bands that's normally around about February, March. We didn't do it this year because it's the fifth birthday, so we wanted to invite those bands who've already done that back and get as many in as we could. But normally we do battle of the bands, so they'll be the openers. Usually on the Saturday, maybe Friday as well. And then we work our way up. So yeah, like I said, checking out bands on the scene, working our way up, and it's brilliant to be part of those bands' journeys. So like I mentioned, South of Salem before, to watch them go, from maybe I think they were about third or fourth on in 22 to headline last year. That's what it's about, isn't it?
Hmm.
It's trying to be part of that. Is something really special for us and something that we take really seriously. And I think Stret is really, really good at the blend of bands, the way he does it. He has usually Sunday afternoon, we might have something a little bit more mellow. Then we have, like we had the Lazies last year after that to wake everybody back up for the headliners. So I think he blends the bands absolutely amazingly well. He does really well.
Yeah. So he's the main band booker, isn't he? You said that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had any bands cancel on you last minute, and how did you handle that if you did?
Let me think. There was who was it? There was somebody in the first year, and we replaced them with Scruffy Bear, and Scruffy Bear just came. It was fine. Yeah, we were okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's lots of contacts. So yeah.
Yeah. And do you get a lot of artists contacting you saying, I've heard about this Viravol, or I've had friends of a bands and they want to get in there?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I think this is something that we're working on at the moment, looking how we can give back a bit to the grassroots. So we've launched the Grassroots Funding Lottery. And the idea is that we're going to be able to give some of that funding to the bands and try and help them on their journey. Because you get some that will just send you a link, or somebody a few weeks ago will make your festival amazing. Okay, probably
How?
so and others that like we had one phenomenal band the other week from Stockport with a really really amazing email inviting us to a gig. They knew about the festival, they checked it out, and it was that's the way to do it. They were absolutely superb. So that puts you on the radar really.
Yeah. So how do people they say it's a lottery kind of idea. How can I find out about that? Again, your website is it on the
Yeah,
socials?
Yeah, there's both website and socials. There's some information on there. We'll be launching very, very soon in the next couple of weeks about for the bands some more information, and we'll reveal all. Then we'll reveal all of what's going to happen. Yeah,
Oh, lovely. Look forward to that then. I'll keep my eye on the socials there and your website as well. So that brings us to Firevolt 2026. We've already mentioned a couple of times big fifth birthday party. Have you got stuff lined up to celebrate?
yes, absolutely. I won't give the secrets away yet, but yeah, of course we'll plus it. We'll really bring that Firevolt magic there. So there'll be lots to do on site. We always have some extra additional things to do as well. So we had like wine tasting last year and things like that. So there'll be loads of information coming out over the next few weeks about all the extra bits around everything.
Oh, lovely. So again, keep your eye on the socials, folks. So you've got definitely things changing for 2026. Yeah.
Yeah,
And you've answered one of my questions that I was going to ask because when I look at your website and things on Facebook, it feels like not that I've ever been to Glastonbury, but obviously I've seen it on TV. It feels like a kind of like a Glastonbury affair in like really compacted down. So I was going to ask if you have other things on rather than the music. So you said you've got wine tasting.
yeah.
Anything else that going on?
So we had wine tasting up on the bus bar. So you'll, if you've been, you know what that looks like. And there's like a wine bar there, like a little wine cellar as well. So it's next to there. We had Pilates on the Saturday morning. We had sound bath Sunday going on with some girls come and do Reiki and massage. If you've been in your air mattress or whatever, you can go and by the river, by the pond, you can go and get your massage, do guided meditation and things like that as well. So yeah, there's always extra things going on.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Looking forward to it. I was going to ask, and I think I've said already, this is going to be my first Firevolt this year, what to expect. So you've whetted my appetite with those sorts of things. But I obviously, again, I've said before, I've done a bit of research. You've got some things there that other festivals don't have. Proper toilets, I understand.
We do. We have proper loos that are a fixed permanent thing on site, proper showers, again fixed. There's some showers for the glampers as well. So yeah, we are really lucky. The site is really well organised as well. And actually, I didn't know if you know this, Darren, but we have the longest festival fixed bar of any festival in Europe at 99.6 feet.
99.6 feet. Yeah, I'd heard something about that. I was going to ask about that. Longest fixed festival bar in Europe, did you say?
Yeah, and that's a
Excellent.
bar. Yeah, and there's loads of like little bars around, which is nice. The bus bar, like the wine bar. So if you fancy something different, maybe for a change, and there's like
Mhm.
mobile bars around as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Is it far from the bar back to the stages? Am I gonna have a long walk?
Seconds, seconds.
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah, there's
That's
plenty.
all right.
And it's kind of contained like within like a walkway between the stages, so you don't have to walk for miles to get to the other stage. And then the campsite's kind of just at the side, just a little bit away. So probably take you from the glamping and the campsite 5 minutes max, something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, so yeah,
brilliant.
yeah,
Brilliant. So yeah, um I've got the feeling that it's all together and it's even tighter than
yeah.
I imagined. So that's really good because I don't want to walk very far.
No,
I
that,
want to go to the bar, I want to still hear my music
yeah.
and then get there when the next band is on.
That,
Talking about band on for this year, who are you most looking forward to seeing this year?
I'm really looking forward to welcoming back Thieves of Liberty and a Priory. So special to us because they some of our other bands winners. A Priory actually won in the first year, and again to see them fly is just it's brilliant. So really looking forward to seeing the guys. For me, like welcoming back Mason Hill. That's
Mm.
going to be really, really special because Firevolt was the last gig they played. That's going to be really special to welcome the guys. Massive Wagons just going to bring the party. They're going to be insane, aren't they? It's going to be brilliant. Welcoming people like Ricky Warwick.
Oh
That's
yeah.
cool. But for me, Wednesday 13, I'm really excited for those guys. And of course, Ginger on the Sunday. That's just going to be absolutely superb.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. I heard he was gonna be there. Yeah, that'll be something special. Wednesday 13. Never heard anything of them. I've heard of them. So yeah, I want to check out those. You've got one of my favorite smaller bands, Girl Trio, Haxan.
Oh, yeah,
Love them. Looking forward to seeing them. But mostly massive wagons. Really looking forward to them. Saw those a couple of weeks ago. That's where I got the tin plate from. So really looking forward to those. You've got a great lineup
thank you.
this year. Really looking forward to coming. Um, has in the past fan feedback kind of like fed into bands that you've got in previous years and this year's and how you run things?
Yeah, I mean, I think now naturally people will put can't wait to hope get such a band next year. So as soon as the festival's finished, that's their once they've done a bit of sort of photo dumping on the socials, then they'll start to say, "I would like to see this band and that band." And yeah, of course, we always take that into account because that's really important, what our firevolters want. So we try, yeah. But there's a lot of variants to booking bands as well. But yeah.
Yeah. Um, Was this year any easier than previous years to organise, or was it just a headache all the time?
I think there's some things that get easier because your suppliers and people that are like the traders and things like that. It's easier because now you know them and know what works and things like that. So that in a way becomes easier, but then you have to just think, okay, now it's bigger. We've got more people, so you've just got to make sure you've got enough of everything and that kind of thing. But yeah, I think we've got a nice flow going now of when we organise and certain times of the year we're doing certain things. So I think that's yeah, that seems to have settled nicely, really. And Stret's background was always events anyway, so
Mm,
he's good with stuff like that anyway.
yeah. Yeah, in like I said, for a bit of research, I've had interviews. We've seen interviews with you and Stret, and yeah, he said that. So he's on the ball, isn't he? By the looks of it, the bands that he's got and the contacts that he's got.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he does really well.
Cool. So, if anybody's not been before, like myself, and this is making them think, yeah, I'd like to go. Tickets still available as we talk mid-May.
Yeah, tickets available on Gigantic. So if you just go on Gigantic and put Firevolt in, it'll come up. And then yeah, you can book your long weekend day tickets. Don't forget if you're booking camping, you need your camping tickets. You can get your off-site car park tickets there as well. If you want any off-site living vehicles, because we do have living vehicles off-site as well now, you need to go to our website to book those. But that is getting quite busy. Just to give you the heads up. And glamping is getting there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Not got a lot left of glamping now. So if you're thinking about it, I'd jump on it.
All right. Right. Okay. Get on it, folks. Yeah, because if you're watching this after May, they might be gone. So get on it. So everything that is available is still available because I know on some festivals, glamping sells out really quickly, but you've still got some of that. Still of the off-site vehicles and plenty of camping. Is that right? That what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Well, like I said, there's a few glamping tents left. Living vehicles on site sell out within a minute, so they sold out straight away. But off
Yeah.
site, but it's quite a large site, so yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's what I meant. The off-site,
yeah,
sorry. Yeah,
yeah,
so very limited on the glamping, limited on the off-site
yeah,
live-in vehicles, but everything else pretty
yeah,
okay, yeah. But get in there anyway before they
yeah.
all sell out.
Yeah, the fire has extended the land a bit more this year. So again, it's give us a little bit more space for camping. So yeah, that's okay.
Ah. Ah, lovely. So a little bit more space this year. You've mentioned because it is a fifth birthday, a little bit, a few surprises. anything else we can expect this year or next year? Have you got any plans for any changes next year?
Um, I think probably like the stages will stay the same. So I think it's just the site really. Every year you come up to the site and the farmer's done something else, to improve it. The they're great. They really look after the site well. So there's always those little bits here and there that just polish it and make it look, amazing. So yeah.
Brilliant. So we talked about how you're already looking at booking bands for future years. Is there one band you really like to get for a future festival?
That's a really tough question. um, there's so many amazing bands, isn't there, out there? And I think it's nice to see bands like come back like a Priory and like we've had We Three Kings, right? All those that are really kind of have come up through the ranks. Um, and I think it's hard because as well, some bands obviously as they get older, they've not together anymore, or they've like Stone Broken have played a couple of times, and obviously they're having a bit of a break at the moment. So
Hmm.
I think there's so many bands that we'd really like to have, and I think that's probably where mine and Stret's taste may differ a little bit here and there as to what we'd have. But yeah, I think it's quite hard to answer because there's so many bands that
Hmm.
we love, yeah, to have.
But because there is so many, you've got great choice, haven't you, for
Yeah,
future festivals?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
logistics where they are and if it fits into a tour, or like we brought the Lazies over last year, but they're from Australia. So, for them just to pop over it's not that straightforward. So yeah, it's just
no,
where they are and so on.
that's right. Yeah. You mentioned you and your partner Stret got different tastes. Do you feel that that makes you like work together quite well? Because in one of the interviews that I saw, you insisted on a band one year, and he said, "Nah, there'll be nobody will want to watch them," but everybody did. Is that right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. He does listen.
So you work well together, yeah? Because
Yeah,
not sure me and my wife would work together well organising a festival, but you it works. Yeah,
yeah. I think we're a good team, and yeah, we're really good at listening to each other and sort of sitting back and thinking about it first, and then thinking how that would work. How does it look in practice? How it would come together. How can we make it work? We are a little bit, sometimes we could do that. Yeah, let's do it instead of going, actually, hang on a minute. So we do encourage each other a little bit, but it's fun.
brilliant. Well, just before I let you go, Bev, just a couple of quick questions. During the festival, is it alcohol or coffee?
For me,
Yeah.
water. I'm so allergic to things, so coffee's a big no go for me.
Oh, is it? All right, yeah.
Yeah,
So non-alcohol then, let's put
yeah,
it that way.
yeah,
What
yeah.
about Stret? Does he have a little bit of alcohol?
Um,
Within moderation, obviously.
honestly, there's just no time. So we're
No,
just
yeah.
running around like crazy. So maybe at the end of the night we would straight like a Guinness. So yeah, 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 maybe.
Cool. And finally, one word to describe the Firevolt crowd.
Awesome.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, they sound it. They sound it. And you and the organizer sound awesome as well at
Thank you.
Firevolt Festival. I'll say once again, I'm really looking forward to coming this year, my first year at Firevolt Festival. Remind everybody, Bev, when is it? August the what?
6th to the 9th of August.
6th to the 9th of August, folks. Nicely rounding off your summer there. Good. Lovely. Thanks for joining us here on Morning Rock Out, Bev. Thanks for telling us all about Firevolt Festival. I'm going to say once again, really looking forward to come in and meeting you in person, hopefully. Thanks very much, Bev.
Oh, thank you so much. Take care.
Bye. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.